I'm going to show you the 3 phases to lose belly fat in just 90 days as a busy professional. These phases have allowed me from doing cardio 6 times per week to doing no cardio at all. They are the same 3 phases, but I've taken over 2,000 men of my coaching clients to help them achieve lean, athletic, muscular bodies without changing their entire lifestyle. So if you're thinking that this won't work for me, trust me, it will. And even in phase 2, I'm going to be breaking it down in live time with you and even give you a free template so you can start seeing results already this week. And don't skip this video, guys, because what I'm about to share with you in this video is the only way to lose belly fat fast as a busy professional. Everything that I'm about to share with you in this video is built around one thing: resetting your metabolism. So you can start seeing results today, you can apply everything today and not wait 6 months down the line until life comes down. So without further explanation, here are the 3 phases to lose belly fat for good. Let's go.
Now, before this phase 1, I want to talk about fasting, and it's an absolute life hack for busy men. So the reason I do intermittent fasting is it gives me freedom. It gives me structure from a nutritional standpoint. And you might think, well, no, but fasting, you're not eating. Like, how does that feel not restrictive? How does that not feel like unsustainable? But believe it or not, guys, intermittent fasting is one of the habits more than half of my clients take with them after our coaching. They just love it. It makes their nutrition so sustainable and so enjoyable. And I'll explain you why. I've done it for 8 years, and I combine it with coffee, my espressos in the morning, and either sparkling water or water. I don't eat breakfast a lot. I will usually have a breakfast if it's socially with family or friends, or for whatever reason I might be out on a Saturday or Sunday. But 5 to 6 times a week, guys, I'm drinking my espressos. I'm mentally clear, and I have a 16-hour window every 24 hours where I'm fasted, and I'll just have water, and 8 hours I'm sleeping anyways. So, and then the other 8 hours of a day, that's my eating window, I can have 2 to 3 big meals, because most men are wasting calories without even knowing it. They'll snack, they will, at work between meetings, you'll have small snacks, you'll have breakfast, you might have 800 calories in a salad that you don't even know because there's lots of olive oil in it. You're eating more often than necessary. And also you're probably eating more calories than you know. Intermittent fasting fixes both of them. Just by shortening the eating hour window, you become a lot more intentional with what you eat, but in a good way. When I break a fast, I either have a big pasta. Sometimes I'll even have a pizza with some meat on. Other times I'll have a steak or then a chicken salad. And I never really struggle with hunger anymore, because fasting also stabilizes your blood sugar. So for many of you who snack all the time or deal with stress or don't always have time to cook, well, you're always going to look for an easy solution to eat, and you're just following your senses of your body telling you, I'm hungry, so now I have to eat. But fasting really biologically resets you every 24 hours. You're operating at a way more natural level that our body was designed to, in terms of digesting food, using food for energy. You don't need to think about food all the time, because okay, I'm going to eat when my eating hour window comes around. And for fat loss specifically, for those of you who want to lose fat fast, when you are fasting, you allow your body to tap into the love handles and belly fat a lot quicker, because you're not inflamed. So when you're eating, you're spiking insulin all the time. Fasting drops fat, your body kind of like goes ready into fat burning mode. It's incredible. Men who fast lose that stubborn fat a lot quicker. So intermittent fasting, guys, is very powerful, it's very effective, and it's also very sustainable, because when you do break your fast, you can have big, enjoyable meals. You don't have to eat small meals, because you've saved calories from breakfast and all unnecessary snacks, so you can have big meals. And I know you guys like to eat big on restaurants, I know you guys like alcohol once in a while. Well, fasting will allow you to have enough calories for the day to include those things. So that's my little rant before we dive into phase 1. I'm going to enjoy this coffee, and then let's smash a good workout, and I'll show you what phase 1 is all about.
All right, guys, phase 1 is going to be intelligent workouts. Now, if there's one thing you can take from this video, it's about how to maximize your time on exercise. So if you don't want to live in the gym, you don't want to be doing cardio for the rest of your life on a Saturday at 6 a.m. when you could rather be eating pancakes with your kids and you actually want to maximize muscle proportion. You want to build more V-shape, athletic, strong body, well into your 40s, 50s, and 60s, let's maximize your gym time. I've only worked out 3 times per week for the last 8 years. It's one of the first things I ask my clients when they join our program is, how many times do you want to work out? You only need 3 workouts a week, and we go for the 3-day workout plan. Some clients also like doing 4 and 5 because they see the potential when you really have a potent workout plan. But at the end of the day, you don't really need 2 hours in the gym. Instead, you want principles on how to maximize intensity, volume, and then recovery is everything that happens outside of the gym. That's when you build muscle and that's when you lose fat. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is exercises. Your selection of exercises should be very specific. They should be very targeted. Just doing random exercises doesn't really do much at all for you. So I'm going to talk about first the best exercises to build nice, lean, athletic, muscular proportions on the chest, the shoulders, the lats, things that give a V-shaped body. We might not even have to skip the legs. That's a great testosterone booster. Let's dive into the best exercises. So you only need to be in the gym 3 times per week. All right, the first one is going to be incline press. We're going to have a proper incline now. So look at it. There we go. It's a nice 45-degree angle. And let's go into the exercise. So the most important thing here, guys, is you want to focus on a couple of things. You want to focus on the tempo and then the actual placement of your elbows. And that's what's going to grow your chest faster than just lifting very heavy weight. I like to use my knees, get them up. Again, not flare, tuck, press, and then the eccentric is the lowering part of rep. So around 2 seconds down, up, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, up. And now we're really focusing on stretching at the bottom. So this is another thing, guys. Think about squeezing the chest, stretching at the bottom, squeezing the chest again as you push up. Don't just lift the weight. If you want to tone up quicker, actually focus on the muscle while you're training it. People never do this, they just do the exercise. But as a coach, I always tell people to squeeze the muscle while you're training it, and you're gonna be activating a lot more of those muscle fibers. All right, let's go to the next exercise. All right, exercise number 2 is shoulder press, standing with dumbbells. Again, as you see, elbow positioning, we're not flaring, we're tucking them, squeezing, focusing on the muscle throughout. Third one is going to be lunges. And this one is the burner. This one makes you hate life sometimes. This one really burns. Squeezing throughout. This one will make you having troubles going to the bathroom afterwards, guys. Okay, let's get going. Okay, that's good. One is going to be 1-arm dumbbell rows. Vi står på andre siden også. That one is great for the lats, the V-shape. Fifth one is going to be an arm superset. So we're going to train biceps, just normal bicep curls. And what we're going to do is we're going to take tricep exercise right after with no rest time. So it's very efficient, very time efficient, because you're training 2 muscle groups right after each other. People don't think like this. This is how you get a quick workout in 45 minutes while training your full body. All right, that's the biceps. And everything's with dumbbells. Notice that. So easy. This is tricep extensions. I'm keeping my elbows locked in a position and letting my forearms fall down. Really squeezing the triceps here. All right, so what makes this workout really effective is there's only 5 exercises. We're training the whole body and it can be done in 45 minutes. And we're focusing on the biggest compound exercises, the biggest exercises for the chest, the shoulders, the back, the arms. The intensity is there, and all you really need is around 3 sets on every exercise. And you want to aim between 8 to 12 reps if you're a beginner or intermediate. When you become more advanced, which is something we do in phases with our clients inside our program, is we re-update the workout plan every month. We bring in different types of intensity and we go to lower reps, between 5 to 8, when workout form is dialed in. And that's when that can be the difference between like an average physique and an elite physique, you know? I know a lot of you guys want to take your fitness to the next level. You want a more lean, ripped body. You don't want to just look average. that final part of advanced training is something I can make another video on. And what really matters, guys, is workout form. So you'll notice how I explained I really squeeze the muscle at the top. I think about the muscle when I'm training it. I'm really stretching it at the bottom. And I'm also thinking about my elbow positioning. You wanna focus on just being able to get contact with that muscle. And finally, this workout plan can be done in any hotel gym. It can be done at home. So there really isn't any excuse, guys, on how busy you are, where you're traveling in the world. This workout is something you can do. All right, gentlemen, so the workout is finito, it's finished. And I just want to explain why this workout is so effective. It's because it's a metabolic workout plan. It boosts your metabolism. So the moment you turn into your 30s, you go into your 40s, 50s, and even 60s, there's one biological truth. Your metabolism slows down. Testosterone declines 1% every year after 35. Your body just doesn't respond like it used to. Combine that with stress and a high demanding lifestyle and traveling and bad eating habits, you need to create an environment for yourself week in, week out. We can support your metabolism. We can support your testosterone. And this full body workout will help reset your metabolism. It's something we do inside our coaching called a metabolic reset. It's 3 phases to get your body to respond like it did in your 20s again. And results start to become incredible and actually worth the time and energy when you get your body to work for you, not against you. Now, bear in mind, there's a lot more to a metabolic reset than just being in the gym. This workout was to show how you can optimize your time in the gym, but you can go levels deeper into your workouts and nutrition and lifestyle. And that's kind of what I want to give you a taste of today.
All right, gentlemen, we just smashed a 45-minute workout. It was very nice. We got a nice blood flow pump going. We're dressed nicely. And we're gonna go into phase 2, which is gonna be about nutrition, the one you guys struggle the most with. And we're gonna go over it at a rooftop bar. We're gonna order some nice food and stay tuned.
We are here at the rooftop, and phase 2 is gonna be all about strategic nutrition. This is the area most busy men can't get structure around. And the problem is usually how to manage alcohol, how to manage things like eating out at restaurants, hitting calories in food, and just a lost sense of control in nutrition because of a busy life. But there is a fix, and strategic nutrition is all about eating intentionally and stop guessing. So for instance, we can start on this menu. I know an area of eating out is always very, very difficult, right? You don't know how to make the best food choices. And I'm just gonna start by talking about carbs. When you're eating out, guys, it's not really about the restaurant. The restaurant isn't the problem. You can still eat out and lose fat. But if you're making bad decisions and you're eating salads that, for instance, have olive oil on, olive oil is like 100 calories per tablespoon. So most salads are like 500 calories and like no protein. Another problem is, you see there's like chocolate, lava pancakes. Okay, you're probably not gonna be eating those on client dinners, but things like fries, heavy pastas, bread in general, are just big no's. Why? Because it's carbs. The simple solution is just going for protein. And if you see here, the menu even has an extra protein section. So you can add protein to your plates. I'm gonna order this one, the complete omelette. That's just pure protein. So we're gonna see how that plate turns out. And I might even add some extra protein in here. So I'll see you can add crispy bacon or smoked turkey or even chicken fillet or smoked salmon. I'm Norwegian, so I love a smoked salmon. And when you go for protein dominated meals, you make more room for a protein. That's what's gonna burn most amount of your calories. It has a higher thermic effect, so boost your metabolism. And we can stay away from foods that cause inflammation. Except this wine glass, because it's Sunday, guys. We're on a business dinner, and I know many times, more often than not, you guys can't even avoid this. So what I'm gonna do with the alcohol is for every glass of wine, I'm gonna have 1 glass of water. And in all reality, I'm even gonna limit it to 1 glass today. It's not worth it to have more than 2-3 glasses. Alcohol is a tough one, and you guys need to be able to mentally manage that one when you're out eating. So something I teach inside our metabolic reset system is just how to have a diet that keeps you metabolically healthy, metabolically strong. Most of you are struggling with nutrition because of bad food choices. You're eating foods that over time are causing inflammation in your body and are causing these love handles to stay exactly where they are.
you're making your life a lot more difficult because you don't have the food awareness. A big chunk of what we teach our clients is to get you the food awareness so you can walk around with confidence. And I'll tell you something that most coaches don't have a confidence to tell you, because they just want to give you a meal plan and stick to that for 90 days. And then when the moment you go off the program, you fall off. It's not sustainable, it's not enjoyable anymore. It doesn't work with your lifestyle. You know how many men I've talked to before they join our program, and they've been through like 4, 5, 6 programs, and they tell, I don't want to track calories anymore. I don't want to follow another diet and have someone who just gives me a workout app. Of course you don't, because the coach has failed to teach you that system that works for the long term. So repeat, you don't need a diet, you need rules that work for an environment like this, the life you live. So the final thing I want to hammer down in phase 2, which is all about strategic nutrition, is how can you eat or get you can call it a diet, but I call it more of a way of life. How can you get the control, the knowledge, and the structure to become metabolically strong? So when you have a diet where you're eating the right foods, you're making the right decisions, and it feels sustainable and enjoyable, your metabolism is going to increase. Your testosterone is going to increase. All your biomarkers, like even visceral fat, you know, a lot of men struggle with visceral fat. That's the unhealthy fat because of their lifestyle, sitting long hours, alcohol. They get visceral fat around your organs, and that's what causes disease. That's what causes problems later down the road. It's a dangerous thing. And you can lose visceral fat when you get a metabolically healthy diet. And that is something that I'm gonna go deep in another video. It's one of the most important phases in the metabolic reset system, and also the fastest way to lose fat without cutting calories to extreme low numbers. All right, guys, we just received the food, and look how well we've done with our choices. Poached egg, extra protein. This is just egg whites and egg yolk. Another poached egg, smoked salmon. My good old business partner has also taken a wise choice with his poached eggs and salmon. And then I just got a clean egg omelette. If you're really cutting, you could even skip these, to be honest. This is probably like 200 calories because of butter, olive oil. You can put that to the side. I'm not cutting at the moment. I'm already shredded because I've cracked the lifestyle that I want to teach you guys. But this is going to be great. Nutrition should be enjoyable. It should be sustainable. You shouldn't feel like you're on the diet 24/7. There is going to require some discipline, usually. But when you crack this, guys, you can still enjoy the fine things of life and still lose belly fat and still look good and feel good well into your 50s and 60s. And I'm just going to enjoy this now, guys, and then we're going to dive into phase 3, which is the most important phase for a busy, high-performing man. If you're struggling with traveling or stress or just staying consistent, I mean, nothing matters more than this phase 3, so let's dive into it. Phase 3 is elite lifestyle design. My favorite phase that I want to teach you is you need a system that survives your crazy schedule. So the problem is, most busy men like yourself who's watching this video, you might feel that you struggle with staying consistent even though you're motivated, right? For some reason, you tend to fall off or slip up, whether it is on weekends or travels, or some days you just get overwhelmed. Well, I'll tell you that, again, your busy schedule is not the problem. There is a solution, and it's elite lifestyle design. Setting up a fitness approach that actually feels sustainable and enjoyable with 3 simple rules. These 3 simple rules will get you very far. And what they are really supposed to do at the end of the day is to solve travel inconsistency and also really solve the all-in mindset where you want to have a perfect week and then the next week is completely different and there's no really consistent, steady momentum at all, which is, by the way, one of the most important things if you want to lose belly fat. Rule number 1 is never miss twice. So it's going to be very relatable for some of you, is that one small problem, like whether that is drinking a little bit late one night or having a very stressful day where you start snacking, and then that just creates a domino effect where day 2 becomes problematic, day 3 you kind of fall off, and one day really becomes 3 days of inconsistency. And that is a problem, guys. You can't just let small bad mistakes ruin everything. And it's a hard thing to crack sometimes because, let's be honest, most of you guys probably can't escape alcohol completely, can't escape eating out or business dinners or travel or whatever it may be. So you need to adapt to the mindset of a rule that never miss twice. So it's okay to eat out, but they need to manage that area of knowing how to make better food choices. It's okay sometimes to be at a hotel room, for instance, and if you don't even have access to a gym or don't have time to do a gym, well, you can do a bodyweight workout. Let's say you have back-to-back meetings and you don't even have time to cook. And then suddenly you start snacking between meetings and you don't have really any proper meals, very low protein days, and you're just living off a snack. You just end up in a sugar craving loophole that I notice a lot of busy professionals do. They kind of like stress snack. And this is where it's very important for you to break that loop. You need to get out of that. Rule 2 is very tied to rule 1, and it's called a minimum effective day. So instead of doing nothing, do something. You don't need to cling to the mindset that everything needs to be perfect, because again, let's be honest, I'm not perfect. I travel. The amount of times I can't always access a gym, well, I have bodyweight workouts on my phone that I know I can do anywhere at any time. I never really go weeks without working out. It's so in my DNA to at least get 3 gym workouts a week, or even when I was in Italy in Positano, I would still do bodyweight workouts on the terrace, and it was enjoyable. It was in the sun, I felt ripped, and it kept me in check. Another example, I was eating out in Italy and I was surrounded by pasta, pizza, you know the Italians, lots of wine, lots of business dinners. I had back-to-back meetings those days, but I'll tell you what, I didn't fall off that week. I was actually still able to find a gym, even though it was just like once that week. And when I was eating out, I was fasting. So fasting, as I said earlier, allowed me to actually stay more stable when I was eating out. I was not going overboard on my calories. So many rules that you can do to adapt to the chaos, to adapt to the stress. And it's, again, something that we do in our coaching, because I know that most of you don't have the time, the energy, and motivation to do these things on the day. It needs to be prepared before. You need a system that already fixes these problems before they arise. So the minimum effective day is just another way of saying don't do nothing, still do something. Still manage your lifestyle. Because the moment you stop managing your lifestyle, that's when you start getting belly fat and you fall off. Before you know it, a few weeks later, you're exactly where you started. You have a belly fat and your energy is crap. The final rule, which is number 3, is anchor habits. And it ties well to the other 2 habits. Instead of doing more and adding more habits in your life that you can't even sustain, and what most coaches will do, they'll just give you a checklist that doesn't really work at all for the long term. You feel more like it's homework than actually something you want to do anchor habits. So an example, if you have a meal, walk 50 minutes later. You'll get your blood sugar levels stable. You're going to support your insulin sensitivity, your testosterone, your digestion, and your metabolism. Another example, if you're at a hotel room, instead of just going straight into the meetings, prepare a 15 to 20 minute bodyweight workout either before or after, and actually commit to it. You see, the problem is never your limited time, it's never your age, it's never your busy schedule, it's not even your traveling or the alcohol. Those are all like smoke screens. It's just reasons to tell yourself that I can't do it. But we have executives like Travis who are traveling 200 plus days a year, and he lost 50 pounds in around a 6-month period. Then we had Mario, a busy architect who got shredded abs for the first time in his life in just like 90 days. And then you've probably seen Derek, who did this in 90 days. A very busy politician, Reto, go from dad bod to shredded, constantly eating out and drinking wine. We had Robbie, a busy TV host, who literally told me that he could not cut out alcohol. I said, that's fine, let's optimize it. You see, your answers are already in front of you. It's just up to you to start looking for them and finding them and being a relentless executor, because the reality is you can start pointing fingers, and I know you guys don't want to do that. You're quite disciplined. You're more than capable to achieve a more lean, defined physique for yourself. And it just comes down to having simple rules that work within your lifestyle. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope you have enjoyed these 3 phases. It's a little bit of a taste of what it really looks like to lose belly fat fast as a busy professional, but there's so much more to your fitness. There's so much more to your health. So if you are someone who's been in a position where you're not getting the results you want from the effort you're putting in, explore. Explore what it would look like to work with me and my team. We do something called a metabolic reset, which works exceptionally well. It's built for men over 30 who are looking to achieve a lean, athletic, fit body that you can maintain for the rest of your life. There's a consultation call link below where you can book a free call. You can share a little bit more about your situation and what's really holding you back, and more specifically, where you want to get to in the next 3 to 6 months, and we can assess whether we can help you or not. But I can already tell you we're very good with what we do, and we're quite selective with who we choose to work with. We don't work with 20-year-olds who are looking to look like bodybuilders. We work with men who have real demanding careers. That's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one.